Massive wildfires broke out all across our area yesterday, causing evacuations as strong winds stretched the fires across tens of thousands of acres. And 2 men have been charged in a scheme to allegedly defraud the state of Washington out of millions of dollars in COVID relief funds.
Following yesterday's fires, some of our areas are still seeing some smoke in the air. We're still tracking strong winds again today, which is keeping that fire danger high.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Now, Riley, we have a lot to talk about today because obviously we saw those fires break out yesterday afternoon, pushed by those strong winds. What can we expect today?
We have some slightly less winds today. Yesterday we were seeing gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. Today gusts are going to be around the 25-mile-hour range, and in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues, that's where we're going to be seeing a lot of that smoke coverage. Should be a little bit down today. If we take a live look outside in Toppenish right now, we're seeing a very clear morning so far. So we make our way out of those very strong fires that were coming through a lot of our areas for the last several hours last night. We take a look at what's ahead. Some more strong gusty winds as we saw yesterday, slightly less, as I said before, than yesterday. We're seeing a little bit of a cool down as well today, and some patchy smoke throughout the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. Taking a look at our daily planner, we're seeing 77 degrees in Yakima, a big drop from yesterday in the 80s and the 90s. Lots of sun out today for all of our areas, though. 79 degrees in the Tri-Cities, and once again, very sunny. 76 degrees in the Walla Walla area. We'll talk more about that smoke and about the winds in my full forecast that's coming on the way. Jill, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And we have the very latest on the massive wildfire near Benton City and Kiona. All evacuation orders have been lifted for the Yakutat-Hanson Road fire. This includes the homes along Weber Canyon, County Well, McBee Road, and McBee Grade between Gibbon and I-82. Fire officials say the wildfire has burned more than 7,000 acres. The blaze moved quickly, and many areas in and around Kiona were evacuated due to the ongoing threat of the fire. Authorities went door to door to make sure people could get out. Several fire crews responded, but agencies were stretched thin. They were helping to battle the Benton County fire near Findlay, while also responding to regular service calls and other vegetation fires in the area.
Because of all the wind, the red flag warning, all the fires that are starting, we've pretty much exhausted our resources, and our guys and gals out on the front lines are really getting worn out. So the state did approve mobilization. There are reinforcements on the way. They might not be able to take over command until sometime in the morning.
Officials are asking people to stop calling 911 to get information on the fire. You can follow us on our social media or on our website. You can also follow emergency services like Benton County Fire Districts or the Benton County Sheriff's Office. They've also been keeping people updated about the fire. And again, all evacuations in the Yakutat wildfire have been lifted at this time. Those conditions could change, so make sure you're following us. While still battling the Yakutat wildfire, fire crews had to stretch themselves further after a blaze broke out on Rupert Road. At least 2 buildings burned in the area after reports of the fire came just after 7 o'clock. Crews battled the flames there. No further evacuations were given at the time, and the fire was contained a short time later. However, hot spots are still possible. With the Yakutat fire burning close by, it's important to pay attention to emergency services in case fire breaks out again. And evacuation orders have been lifted for those affected by the Hat Rock wildfire in Umatilla County. The massive wildfire burned more than 10,000 acres yesterday. People are being allowed to go back to their homes, but the fire is still being monitored by fire crews. The wildfire broke out just before 11 Tuesday morning, and high winds and dry vegetation caused it to spread quickly. This fire spread so quickly that officials closed Highway 730 from Highway 207 to US 12 to Wallula Junction. Several fire agencies responded to the scene, and they're all named on our updated article at yaktrinews.com. Firefighting planes did respond to this fire, including a K-MAX helicopter, in an attempt to fight the blaze from the sky. But due to the winds and smoke causing low visibility, the air support was soon grounded. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. State Fire Assistance has been mobilized for a large wildfire that broke out near the city of Findlay Tuesday afternoon. That wildfire broke out just before 3:30 p.m. yesterday near Hover Road and Hanson Road. It burned more than 1,000 acres and was fueled by grass, brush, and dry timber. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Fire officials took Cap KVUE photojournalist Chris Whitmer down to the fire line where much of the vegetation was charred. Benton County Fire Districts 1 and 2 requested the state aid, and it was granted around 5 p.m. yesterday. The declaration makes it possible for more resources to help put out the fire. New developments in the case of 4 murdered University of Idaho students. The suspect in the case wants more time to decide whether to provide an alibi. Under Idaho law, Brian Koberger's lawyers have 10 days to decide whether to provide information on an alibi. The lawyers want to extend the deadline, and they say they haven't had enough time to fully review the evidence provided by the prosecution. That includes thousands of pages of discovery. Well, they were programs meant to help struggling Washingtonians during the pandemic, and now 2 men have been charged in an alleged scheme to defraud COVID-19 relief programs in the state of Washington. Michelle Esteban reports.
In total, the indictment alleges that defendants submitted over 125 fraudulent applications for various pandemic relief fraud efforts.
The U.S. Attorney and FBI say of the $3.3 million in stolen money, most of it, $2.7 million, was taken from the King County Emergency Rental Assistance Program, right in the height of the pandemic, and when tenants were struggling to keep a roof over their heads and not be evicted.
We all know Seattle and King County has been struggling to address homelessness, struggling to address housing affordability, struggling to keep people in their homes.
Prosecutors believe it is one of the largest schemes to defraud COVID relief programs involving rental assistance across the country.
We were able to identify some of the fraud and prevent more money from going out.
U.S. Attorney Nick Brown says the group tried to steal $6.8 million. Court documents allege the $3.3 million came from 3 places, including a program meant to help businesses during COVID. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program. Also hit state unemployment benefits, but the biggest loss to the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Prosecutors allege 6 people, 4 of them from Washington, including 32-year-old Darius Jackson of Bonnie Lake, who just went before a federal judge, used fake documents and posed as fake landlords and tenants. Court documents allege 29-year-old Paradise Williams of Phoenix orchestrated the scheme. Also in those court documents, perhaps something telling. While being questioned by police, a detective wrote that she, quote, explained that she never had to do jail time or pay fines because Washington is a very lenient state.
If they steal money from the government, if they steal money intended for the most vulnerable, we will investigate that and treat it very, very seriously.
The Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition has brought together police, courts, and community services to help provide wraparound services for victims of intimate partner violence and their children, including at school. For 2 years now, the Handle with Care program has allowed police to notify schools when they have contact with a student, whether it's domestic violence, a runaway, or another problem. The principal at Barge Lincoln Elementary School says with students already struggling with food and housing insecurity or domestic violence, the program is a great way to know which students need a little extra help.
We are not investigating what happened. We're meeting the child where they're at and providing supports during their school day to make sure that their brain and body is ready to learn.
The principal says what they need now is support for the students, parents including access to services for anger management, behavioral health, and mental health. We will return in just a moment, but first Riley Fitzgerald joins us live now for another quick look at weather.
Well, we've got a cool down today, but we're staying pretty sunny outside. We've also got some recurring smoke from yesterday's fire in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. I'll have your extended forecast that's coming up.
And Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals took place last night in Vegas as the Golden Knights attempted to close out the series against the Florida Panthers and hoist the franchise's first Stanley Cup trophy. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
This is everything I ever dreamed of!
The summer of '69 was the best summer ever.
Be cool.
You were the best Peter Pan ever, baby.
Those 2 hours and 23 minutes really flew by.
The Wonder Years. Season premiere tonight on ABC.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing.
But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer. Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with the product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Next live, the Ultimate Fighter's Conor McGregor.
I do get mistaken for a wrestler all the time.
Plus Matthew Broderick from No Hard Feelings.
Today at 9 on Cap KView.
The electrifying rock stars from the original cast of the Broadway production now in concert. This is Broadway's Rock of Ages Band. Live and in concert. Friday, July 21st at Legends Casino Hotel. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Broadway's Rock of Ages Band, performing the monster hits that helped define the 80s.
For over 50 years, Purina Cat Chow has been helping cats feel at home with trusted nutrition. No wonder it's the #1 dry cat food in America. Come home to Cat Chow.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves! Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
This is a great time of year.
Stacy Lee, she knows the Northwest, and she knows Northwest weather.
I think we all need to take more time to stop and smell the roses.
Stacy Lee, Cap KView First Alert Weather from Cap KView Local News. Watch weeknights. Portion of Cap KView sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Time right now is 5:12. Welcome back. The Vegas Golden Knights of the NHL have secured their first ever Stanley Cup. A packed crowd cheered the Knights for Game 5 on their home ice at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas Tuesday night, as Golden Knights coach Bruce Cassidy made the decision to start 5 of the original 6 players known as the Misfits. Vegas captain Mark Stone would net a goal in all 3 periods on his way to a hat trick as he paced the Knights in a dominating 9-5 win over the Florida Panthers. After making the Stanley Cup final in the franchise's inaugural season, the Golden Knights returned for the second time in just their 6th season. Only the Edmonton Oilers beat that record by winning the Cup in just their 5th season in the NHL. And some Oakland A's fans took part in a reverse boycott yesterday to protest the team's future move to Las Vegas. Over 27,000 fans made it out to the Coliseum, the largest home crowd of the 2023 season, and over triple the season average. But the timing could not have been worse, as the same day of the planned reverse boycott, the Nevada State Senate approved $380 million in public money to construct a ballpark for the A's, all but cementing the franchise's move to Las Vegas. And the Mariners had the second game of their 3-game series against the Marlins, hoping to get the series win with a victory over Miami. And after a quick 3-run homer from Cal Raleigh, Seattle was off to the races. Mike Ford went deep twice to tally 3 runs batted in, while starter George Kirby notched a career-high 10 strikeouts, and the Mariners went on to smash the Marlins 9-3. Coming up, the Federal Reserve has been considering another interest rate hike, their latest in a series of increases as they attempt to curb inflation. And Riley Fitzgerald will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Craving Rock My World bold flavors only Taco Time can deliver? Congratulations! Crushing your craving just got easier. Taco Time, online and on demand. Dream delivered. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
The Shining Star Pageant Board is being honored with a $1,000 donation from STCU.
It's magical to see them, out there talking on stage.
Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Here's to the dads, dadas, and daddy-os. They deserve the big daddy of all Father's Day treats, a DQ cake. With layers of creamy, world-famous soft serve, and a delicious fudge and crunch center. Conveniently customizable and ready for pickup from the DQ freezer. So grab yours. And let's raise our red spoons to the world's #1 dad. Hi, Dad. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Get 2.9% APR plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT4. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick June 27th and swap it for a brand new, made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us in celebrating our nation's symbol this 4th of July with a new flag for your home.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away, Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
And now, KapKVU First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We're taking a live look outside in Toppenish right now. It's looking like a very clear morning so far. However, we are seeing some patchy smoke in the mid-Columbia and the Blues today. We've still got some gusty winds, which is going to take that smoke out of our area by this evening. We've got a little bit of a cool down today. Yesterday, very, very hot day. Today, still going to be hot, but a lot cooler than we've seen for the last couple of days now. If we take a look at our temperatures right now, we're sitting around the lower to mid 50s today. Right now, 52 in Yakima, 55 in the Tri-Cities, and 52 in Walla Walla. We're going to be warming up quite a bit today. Across our futurecast, we're seeing this morning very clear skies so far on Wednesday. So we make our way into Thursday, again, clear skies into tomorrow. And as we make our way into Friday, it's when we start to see a little bit of cloud coverage across our areas, but not quite a lot. Mostly just clear skies for the next couple of days, very sunny. If we take a close look into this smoke forecast, we're seeing a lot of smoke coming out of the Hermiston area and definitely across the mid-Columbia and the Blues is where we're going to be seeing that smoke today from those fires that took place yesterday. It's heading east across our areas. Very strong smoke across our areas. When I was driving home last night, I definitely saw a lot of that smoke throughout our areas. If we take a look at our wind speeds right now, we're seeing the 20s in the Toppenish, the Hermiston, and the Pendleton area. Again, bringing that smoke out of our region by this evening. 11 miles per hour in Yakima, Tri-Cities 9, gonna raise around 10 to 20 miles per hour today, gusts up to 25 miles an hour, staying pretty high throughout all of this week. Highs for today, 77 in Yakima, 70 degrees in Ellensburg, upper 70s, lower 80s for the mid-Columbia, and in the Blues, we are seeing mid to low 70-degree range. Tonight, we're going to be in the upper 40s and lower 50s. Across our temperature trend, definitely dropping from yesterday, raising into Friday, and lowering throughout the rest of our week into our holiday weekend. Bringing more in my next forecast that's coming up. But Jill, I will send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. New figures show inflation has now dropped to its lowest level in more than 2 years. But the pain is still real for consumers, including at the grocery store. And today, the Federal Reserve weighs in on interest rates affecting everything from credit cards to car loans. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, the Federal Reserve is expected to pause its series of interest rate hikes amid new hope that inflation may be on track to return to normal levels. The latest consumer price index shows inflation has been cut in half from last year's peak.
A year ago, inflation was close to 9%. In the month of May, we're back down to 4%. Still too high, but clearly moving in the right direction.
While trending lower, inflation is still at double the target set by the Federal Reserve.
The big question, though, if the Fed does pause in raising interest rates, will we at home even feel a difference?
No, because this is already embedded in interest rates in the stock market.
Economists say it will take some time to feel the impact. Some positive signs in the latest report: airfare is down 13% in the last year, and gas prices down nearly 20%.
People are paying $3.50 for a gallon of regular unleaded. Go back a year ago, it was a record $5 a gallon.
At the grocery store, prices rose slightly last month, but egg prices dropped, the largest monthly decline in more than 70 years.
First thing people want to know is, do I have eggs?
While many focus on food prices, it's housing costs that remain the biggest contributor to inflation, although there are signs that rents are finally coming down.
If things go on the trend that they're going, when can we expect that inflation will be back to normal levels?
Yeah, I expect inflation to be back to something we all feel very good about, the Fed feels good about, by this time next year, maybe a little sooner.
Economists say now is the time to be a smart shopper. They say when consumers balk at high prices, businesses sometimes listen. Well, the pandemic trend known as the Great Resignation appears to be well on its way out. Almost 50 million people quit their job in the 2 years after the worst of the pandemic, citing pressures such as burnout, general job dissatisfaction, or child care or elder care needs. Amid a tight labor market, many of them were able to find better jobs with better pay. Experts are now saying the phenomenon is finished. 10 straight Federal Reserve interest rate hikes, slowing wage growth, stubborn inflation, and mass layoffs in some industries may be causing Americans to stay put. The government reports the number of people quitting their jobs fell by 49,000 in April compared to March, and the quitting rate is essentially back to the 2019 pre-pandemic average. Gallup estimates low worker engagement is costing the global economy about $9 trillion. Its State of the Global Workplace 2023 shows 59% of employees are checked out at work. The survey also shows record stress. About 44% of respondents say they feel a lot of it at work. Matching the 2021 high, just over half of workers say they're looking for a new job. And according to the survey, workers want more autonomy, clear goals, and recognition for their contributions. The company that makes Instant Pot, Corelle dishes, and Pyrex glassware has filed for bankruptcy. Instant Brands blamed tighter credit and higher interest rates in its Chapter 11 filing. It's owned by private equity firm Cornell Capital, which bought it back in 2017. Chapter 11 bankruptcy gives the company protection from creditors while it reorganizes. With $500 million in assets and liabilities and $132 million in financing from existing lenders, it's unlikely the company will go under. Many companies make similar filings and eventually emerge to earn record profits. This frozen fruit blend sold at Costco in several states, including Washington, is being recalled because the fruit might be contaminated with hepatitis A. The recalled Daybreak blend was sold from April 15, 2022 to June 26, 2022. And the company says no illnesses have been reported, and the voluntary recall is being done out of an abundance of caution. Anyone with the recalled product is urged to throw it out or return it to the store it was bought from for a refund. Well, we are continuing to track wildfires this morning after numerous fires sparked in our area yesterday, pushed by strong winds. And I'm going to ask my producer here, where are we looking right now? We are looking around Benton City where that one wildfire burned. You can see the scorched area there, and you can check yaktrinews.com for the latest information on all the fires in our area. And when we return, we have the details on an interesting collaboration between two of the world's most recognizable brands.
Anyone can get injured at work.
At Bothwell and Hamel, we help workers from all walks of life get workers' compensation benefits.
Laborers, machinists, welders, carpenters, healthcare providers, office personnel, and more. If you were hurt, we want to help.
If you can't work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call toll-free 1-888-665-8630. Bothwell and Hamel.
From Cap View, this is Apple Valley Eats.
We see food as like a form of entertainment, so people want the experience, and I think that's something we really provide here at Proof is the way the food's presented, the way it tastes. Again, people have a lot of options when it comes to dining out, so to be able to offer something good and that tastes good and it's quality is definitely a focus of ours. So the patio is on probably the busiest street in Tri-Cities, Columbia Center Boulevard. So if you're driving by, you'll see us. It's a little loud out there, but it's a ton of fun. On a hot weekend, you can see views of the river and just all the action that happens here on Columbia Center Boulevard. Our goal with Power Up, we opened Power Up almost 4 years ago now. To be able to go and enjoy the games that, you know, a lot of us, the 30, 40, 50-year-olds grew up playing, was just, has been a ton of fun for me. Yeah, so one of the fun things we offer is if you show your receipt from Proof over at Power Up, we'll give you $5 in free tokens. So you can continue your night on there. Proof Kitchen and Bar is our location in Pasco off of Burden. It's a larger location for sure. It also includes our karaoke bar, the Juice Box. You can rent a private karaoke room any night of the week that we're open, and it accommodates up to 17 people. I know some people love to sing, but they don't love to sing in front of strangers, so you can bring your friends and family in and enjoy that private space in your own private room, just to kind of have fun and enjoy your night.
A new roof looks great. A new roof with new gutters looks amazing. With Arrow Roofing, amazing is now more affordable than ever. Get 25% off gutters with your new re-roof. Did we mention our 50-year roof warranty at no extra cost? Don't miss this limited time offer. Give Arrow Roofing a call today.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Welcome back. Well, the hottest in summer footwear is here, and it's brought to you by Crocs and Taco Bell. The brands have joined forces to bring the first ever Mellow Slides.
The shoes sport Taco Bell's iconic logo. The Taco Bell Crocs will go on sale June 28th exclusively on Crocs.com for $60. They just look beautiful,
$60, my goodness. Well, this isn't the fast food giant's first step into the retail space. In 2019, Taco Bell opened up a hotel gift shop in its pop-up Palm Springs hotel, selling swimwear, sunglasses, and life-size sauce packet pool floats. And Riley, I don't know, are you a fan of Crocs?
I will say I own 2 pairs of Crocs and a pair of Croc slides.
Oh, you do? Okay. So I feel like it's one of those footwear choices that can be controversial.
You love it or you hate it.
I have a pair of flip-flops that are Crocs, and they are so comfortable.
They are, exactly. I hear they're good for your ankles and knee support, and so I'm just a big fan all the way around. Big fan of Taco Bell as well.
So a great combination.
So great combination. Not a great combination. Our weather today and last night, we saw some high winds, definitely did not help firefighters fighting those fires over the last day. I'll have your first alert weather forecast. That's coming up.
And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, former President Donald Trump spoke out yesterday after pleading not guilty to 37 criminal counts in a classified documents probe. And the Biden administration has issued new disciplinary measures for any FBI employee who misuses a controversial surveillance program.
In today's Tech Bites, a much wider range for electric vehicles. Toyota claims its new battery technology will allow its electric vehicles to travel more than 600 miles between charges. That's nearly double to top mileage available now. Toyota is also planning a full electric lineup by the year 2026. Instagram Notes is getting new features. The short status updates that launched 6 months ago will now support music and translation instead of only text and emojis. Users can include a 30-second song clip as well as a caption. Meta says the updates are designed to help users express themselves. Finally, Paul McCartney says artificial intelligence has helped in the creation of what he's calling the final Beatles record. He says AI extracted John Lennon's voice from an old tape recording. McCartney has not publicly named the song, but he says it will be released later this year. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
If we want a more viable future for our kids, we need to find more sustainable ways of doing things. America's plastic makers are investing billions of dollars in new technologies and creating plastic products that are more recyclable, durable, and dependable. Our goal is a cleaner, healthier planet for generations to come. For a better tomorrow, we're focused on making plastics better today.
Panera's new toasted baguette is loaded with fresh details, ripe tomatoes, melted mozzarella, and freshly made green goddess dressing. And when they come together, those details become big. New toasted baguettes from Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
Listen, your deodorant just has to work. I use Secret, aluminum free. Just swipe and it lasts all day. Secret helps eliminate odor instead of just masking it. And hours later, I still smell fresh. Secret works. Oh, yes.
After pleading not guilty to 37 criminal charges in the special counsel's probe into his alleged mishandling of classified documents, former President Donald Trump spoke out at a New Jersey fundraiser. And the Biden administration hands down new disciplinary measures for any FBI employee who abuses a controversial surveillance program.
Following yesterday's fires, some of our areas are seeing some smoke or haze in the air. We're still tracking strong winds again today, which is keeping that fire danger up.
From Camp KVUE Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Now, Riley, we saw some very strong winds yesterday, and of course that did push the fire danger higher, and we saw those fires spreading. What are we expecting today in terms of wind?
In terms of wind, we're going to see a little bit less wind than we saw yesterday. Still some strong gusts. We're sitting right below a wind advisory as well, and we had that red flag warning yesterday. Right. We're also sitting right below another red flag warning. So less fire danger than we had yesterday. We definitely saw a lot of fire danger yesterday. But as we take a look outside, we're going to see live out in Pasco right now. I feel like there's a little bit of smoke along the horizon. Strong fires that took over across a lot of our areas yesterday. Still staying around today just a little bit. Crews are still out there working on a lot of those fires. We've got some strong gusty winds still today, around 10 to 20 miles per hour for our winds, but 20 miles up to 25 for our gusts. A little bit of a cool down today as opposed to yesterday. Very, very hot yesterday. We're still going to be quite warm today and a lot of sun out. We've still got that patchy smoke as I was talking about throughout a lot of our regions. 77 degrees for Yakima today. Lots of sun across all of our areas. 79 degrees for the Tri-Cities, and in Walla Walla we're seeing 76 degrees. A lot of that sun, a lot of wind. I'll get to more details in my full forecast that's coming up.
Thank you, Riley. Now to the historic arraignment of former President Donald Trump. Hours after pleading not guilty to 37 criminal counts in the special counsel's classified documents probe, Trump lashed out in a speech falsely claiming he has a right to hold on to those records. ABC's Justin Finch with more on the former president's reaction from Bedminster, New Jersey.
At his private golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, former President Donald Trump blasted the records investigation that made him the first former U.S. president to be charged with federal crimes.
Threatening me with 400 years in prison for possessing my own presidential papers. We witnessed the most evil and heinous abuse of power in the history of our country. Very sad thing to watch.
Trump again falsely asserting the Presidential Records Act gives him the right to keep classified documents and maintaining his innocence before an audience of more than 150 people, including major Republican donors. Trump's speech came hours after his arraignment in Miami federal court, where supporters and protesters gathered outside. Trump was largely silent during the hearing. His attorney entered a not guilty plea to 37 criminal counts, including conspiracy and obstruction. Sitting a row behind Trump, special counsel Jack Smith, who led the investigation accusing Trump of illegally retaining classified records at his Mar-a-Lago estate after leaving office, and alleging some were found in a bathroom, a ballroom, and a storage area. Those records said to include U.S. nuclear secrets. If convicted, Trump's charges carry a potential decades-long prison sentence. Experts say he could avoid that with appeals and a 2024 election win.
He would be able to order his attorney general to dismiss the case if he's now the president and the case hasn't gone to trial.
The judge also directing Trump to not discuss the case with witnesses, which likely includes Trump aide Walt Nauta, who's also facing criminal charges in the records probe, including conspiracy to obstruct justice. Justin Finch, ABC News, Bedminster, New Jersey.
The Biden administration announced new discipline measures Tuesday for any FBI employee who violates the agency's controversial surveillance program. The three-strike FBI policy will have analysts disciplined or even fired if they misuse the intelligence program 3 times. The program is known as Section 702. It allows U.S. officials to search a database that gathers phone calls and text messages of foreign targets overseas. But the data also collects the communication of Americans with those foreign targets. The FBI improperly accessed the database as it gathered information on suspects involved in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol and when people were arrested during Black Lives Matter protests after the murder of George Floyd. The program will expire at the end of the year unless Congress renews it. A new name for an Army base in Louisiana. Fort Polk had been named for a Confederate commander and a lieutenant general. Now the base will be called Joint Readiness Training Center and Fort Johnson. That's in honor of a World War I Sergeant, William Henry Johnson, who fought approximately 24 Germans single-handedly. He posthumously received the Purple Heart and Medal of Freedom. Riley Fitzgerald is here with a look at your forecast.
Well, following Tuesday's fires across the Mid-Columbia and the Blues, we're seeing some smoke in the sky today. It's going to be heading down by this evening. It's a windy and sunny day. More details about what to expect coming up in your First Alert weather forecast.
And decades after their last album, Paul McCartney is planning on releasing one final Beatles song with the help of artificial intelligence.
Craving Rock My World bold flavors only Taco Time can deliver? Congratulations! Crushing your craving just got easier. Taco Time, online and on demand. Dream delivered. You're welcome. When you know what you want, anytime is Taco Time.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, stunning smiles for the whole family.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap.
Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick June 27th and swap it for a brand new, made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us in celebrating our nation's symbol this 4th of July with a new flag for your home.
Whether you're looking to add a splash of color to your home, planting your very own vegetable garden, or expanding your dream landscape, Queen's Gate Gardens is the place to go this summer. Queen's Gate Gardens in Richland, let's grow together.
There are some people who have been tricked and lied to by someone they trust, someone they may even love, someone who sells them for sex. That's sex trafficking, and it's a crime. If you're a victim of sex trafficking, know that there is hope. There is a way out, a way to a better life. There are people who can help. You just need to take the first step.
The Support Advocacy and Resource Center, SARC, is here to help. Visit us at supportadvocacyresourcecenter.org. Services are free and confidential.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on great floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood Flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on great floors.
Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Move over Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. A new company has reportedly joined the ranks of the top tech giants thanks to the popularity of artificial intelligence. The Wall Street Journal reports computer chip maker NVIDIA ended Tuesday's trading day valued more than $1 trillion for the first time. According to the Journal, it is only the 7th American company to reach that status. The report says a surge in AI has fueled the skyrocketing of company shares, up 181% this year alone. NVIDIA apparently builds semiconductors that are essential to some of the largest, most powerful AI systems. NVIDIA used to be a company known for creating tech for PC gaming, but the Journal reports the company's AI-focused data center business has surpassed its gaming division as its main source of revenue. Imagine all the new hits from long-gone rock stars. It's starting to happen. Paul McCartney told BBC Radio Tuesday producers used artificial intelligence to mix a new Beatles song using John Lennon's voice. It comes from a demo he and McCartney worked on decades ago. McCartney says engineers used AI to produce vocals on the track performed by a computer version of John Lennon. The legendary guitarist and singer admits it's, quote, kind of scary, but he also says there's both a good side and a bad side to AI. Well, this is a live look just southwest of Benton City. Yesterday, we saw multiple fires spreading across thousands of acres, and this was one of them. You can see the scorched earth there where the fire came through. We will be bringing you the very latest coming up at 6 o'clock. Also coming up, a police chase in Pierce County ends with a car in flames. And we'll return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Portion of KapKVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Shelter. Out here, it's the most important thing. But the good thing is, my Ford F-150 provides enough power to keep working.
Get a great deal on an F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest air quality specialist.
We offer filtration products for all your commercial, industrial, and manufacturing needs. From cooling towers to industrial dust collection systems, commercial buildings, schools, hospitals, or manufacturing facilities, we have you covered. Call today and schedule your free facility site evaluation. We'll send a certified air filter specialist to your site to evaluate your filter requirements. Call or click today. Pure Filtration Products.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
For all the times we've been inspired to be just like Dad. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 trimmer. Real STIHL. Find yours.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
That sound. Wolves. Boy, they sound hungry.
Load up, wolves!
Good thing this Ford Explorer has Sync 3 technology. Keeps them entertained on the way to dinner.
Get a great deal on an Explorer, only at your local Ford dealer.
And now, KapKVU First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. We're taking a live look outside in Pasco right now through our Giza Stadium Skycam. It's looking a little bit hazy towards the edge of this Skycam. If we take a look at what's ahead, we are getting some of that patchy smoke throughout the Mid-Columbia and the Blues today as we are still dealing with a lot of fires throughout our region that took place yesterday. Bit of a cool down today, big cool down from yesterday as we were in the 80s and 90s. Now we're in the 70s today. We've got some strong gusty winds today, a little bit lower than we had yesterday though. For our temperatures right now, 52 in Yakima, 55 in the Tri-Cities, and 51 in the Walla Walla area. Still pretty cool this morning. We will be heating up throughout the rest of our day. Taking a look at our future cast, very clear skies for our Wednesday. So we make our way into Thursday, still a lot of clear skies, lots of sun on the way for our Wednesday and our Thursday, and into our Friday, we're seeing just a little bit of cloud coverage make its way through our area for Friday. If we take a look at our smoke forecast, taking a look closer to our areas, Hermiston, we are seeing this smoke coverage that's going to be coming throughout our day today, especially in the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. If we take a look further into the day, it's going to be clearing up a little bit as we get into our evening hours. If we get into our wind speeds right now, this is what's going to be moving it towards the northeast. High winds in the Hermiston, the Pendleton areas. Other than that, staying in the teens, 9 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities right now, but we will be getting some gustier winds later on today. 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts up to 25, lower than we had yesterday. Yesterday we had gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Today we're staying right below a wind advisory. So make our way into our temperatures for today. 77 in Yakima, 70 in Ellensburg, upper 70s and lower 80s in the Mid-Columbia, and in Walla Walla and the Blues we are seeing mid to low 70 degrees. We take a look at our temps for tonight. That smoke is clearing up, upper 40s and lower 50s. We are going to be seeing that smoke clear out by this evening. Other than that, it's a sunny day, but cooler than we've seen for the rest of the week. We still got a high fire danger today. Jill, I will send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. Well, it's been just months since Washington lawmakers changed a law that loosens restrictions on police chases. Before the change, opponents said pursuits were so risky they needed to be replaced with different police protocol. A recent example in Pierce County in western Washington shows just how dangerous police chases can be. Madison Wade reports.
Flames shooting from one suspected stolen car and multiple patrol cars sent thick black smoke into the air off I-5 in South Tacoma.
When they turned around and had him in custody, the grass had caught on fire from the heat underneath the vehicles.
It all started here at Orange Gate Park. A woman called 911 around 11:30 Monday morning to report a man carjacked her at gunpoint. She told deputies she had an air tag in her car. That immediately helped deputies track the car to a shopping center in Federal Way. Deputies found the car, and when the driver noticed, they say he jumped back in and led deputies on a chase.
Oh, it's on fire.
The crash ended here. The stolen car with only 3 tires crashed near the 56th Street exit and caught on fire.
Oh, we've got 2 sheriff's cars. Oh no, are they out?
You can see flames spread to 2 Pierce County Sheriff's patrol cars, leading to this.
That's my office right there.
Employees at nearby businesses like Bruce Titus Automotive Group heard the sirens and rushed to help.
That's on fire. So we stepped outside and they were, there was police doing police stuff, everywhere. And then this guy comes running up and you guys have fire extinguishers.
Fire extinguishers to help stop the flames, but also to help rescue a woman from the burning car reportedly stolen.
She was trapped in there, pinned, the door wouldn't open, so we had to yank her out of the car and thankfully, save her life.
No one was seriously hurt in this fiery crash.
It's all you're thinking about is life, human life. We just wanted to make sure everybody was safe. That's all we cared about.
Both suspects were hospitalized after the crash and are expected to be booked into jail once released. The deputies were not injured. A gun was found near the stolen vehicle. Here in Washington, people who make less than $73,000 per year may qualify for a discount on hospital care thanks to a law that took effect last year. The Charity Care Law changed the rules for who qualifies for assistance with out-of-pocket medical costs in Washington. It means if you make up to 4 times the federal poverty level, which is $14,580 per year in 2023, you can ask big hospitals for help on your medical bills, even if you have insurance. In some cases, you may not have to pay anything at all. At smaller hospitals, you can qualify for assistance if you make up to 2.5 times the federal poverty level. The law only applies to hospitals, not clinics or doctors' offices, although the Attorney General's office says you can still ask for help. When we come back, a decrepit ship on the west side, once charted by the author of Treasure Island, is being taken apart to get a better understanding of just how that ship was made.
What do you do when your employee gets hurt on the job? Here's a story about Jay. He got hurt at work and couldn't perform his normal duties. That's rough, but there's good news. You see, Jay works for TISA, and TISA wants to do right by her employee. She knows all about L&I's Stay at Work program, so TISA gets to keep a valuable employee like Jay on the payroll doing a light-duty job while he heals. And TISA gets reimbursed half of Jay's wages, up to $10,000. Now, that's what we call a win-win. Learn more at lni.wa.gov/stay at work.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, posted online at bimart.com. There's 16 pages of store-wide savings. Enjoy your next adventure for less. Bi-Mart has you covered in sporting goods. Plus, find everything you need for your lawn and garden and patio needs, including everything Dad wants for Father's Day. Save now at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Spilling the E.T. Father's Day edition, the marvelous Mrs. Maisels' Alex Borstein gets emotional with her dad.
We're supposed to spill the tea, not the tears.
I'm very proud of you. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Cap KView.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Oof, still yellow. Whitening toothpaste can only do so much.
There's Toothpaste White and there's Crest 3D White Strips White. They whiten like a $400 professional treatment.
So much whiter.
Crest.
Want a smarter way to mop? Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with hundreds of scrubbing strips that absorb and lock dirt away for a mop and bucket clean in half the time. Mop smarter with the new Swiffer Power Mop.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks absorbs quickly for relief. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or get $4,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Stacy Lee, Cap KVU First Alert Weather. Watch tonight.
Good morning, everyone. We're taking a look close to home in the Ellensburg area. We're seeing a lot of sun and wind today. 70 degrees for Ellensburg, staying pretty warm, but not as warm as the Yakima Valley. We're seeing mid to upper 70s across Yakima. Again, sunny and windy in Yakima. Beautiful day today. In the Mid-Columbia, though, we're seeing some patchy smoke today with wind. Again, very sunny today, upper 70-degree range, lower than we've seen for the last couple of days, but we're still staying pretty warm today. And in the Blues, we're also seeing mid-70s for the most part, upper 60s down in Heppner. But other than that, very sunny day. I'll have more in my forecast that's coming up.
Well, a ship docked in western Washington, more than a century old, was originally a schooner once chartered by Treasure Island author Robert Louis Stevenson.
Efforts to restore it have failed. Now experts are taking the vessel apart and analyzing it to learn more about how 19th century ships were built. Eric Wilkinson reports.
The Equator dates back to 1888. It's sat here on the Everett waterfront in dry dock since the 1960s. A few years ago, the stern collapsed, and the Port of Everett determined that this ship's days were sunk.
56.5.
Archaeologists from Texas A&M University meticulously measure every inch of the Equator.
So you're at 13 now?
The 135-year-old ship was originally a schooner, once chartered by Treasure Island author Robert Louis Stevenson. It was later converted to a tugboat that worked in Puget Sound until being scuttled along the Everett waterfront. A group later raised the Equator, planning to restore it, but it simply sat dilapidated and decaying for nearly 60 more years.
Preservation is no longer an option.
Its beams bulging and bowing, if the ship could make a sound, it would probably groan. The Equator is essentially a shipwreck on dry land, but researchers say its current condition is actually a good thing.
This is amazing information for us to have, this framing system that creates that backbone of the ship.
Because it's falling apart, they can see the boat's bones and its guts. Researchers are taking such exacting care in their measurements, they say they'd be able to actually build an exact replica of the boat.
I'm making note that our x-axis is in decimals.
Instead, it'll be scrapped. Parts will likely be used in public art. The Equator's sailing days done, but its history will live.
Of course, wooden vessels aren't intended to live forever, and so we're at that point right now where we want to make sure her legacy lives on and her story can be told.
It wasn't just a ship, it was the people on board and the different industries it was involved with.
And the public